Good day everyone, it's me again, King Wawa, and today I am gonna give you 10 tips on how to properly do your MVP hunts. So last week, we had a little update regarding MVP hunt, specifically the team rewards. And now, TR's extended to top 3, which means F2P and casual spenders have better chances of getting those rewards. And because of that, more people are starting to show interest in doing TR runs as well. That is why I, King Wawa, an average TR enjoyer, is going to help you guys by giving tips that could improve your TR experience. So what are we waiting for? Let's get right into tip number 1. Become a party leader. This tip is very useful for job classes who aren't usually the go-to in terms of PBE activities, such as Champion, Wizards, and Cinex like me. Since we are not very good in MVP hunts, the least we could do is become a hands-on party leader. Tip number 2. Create a well-composed party. This is the most basic but also a really important thing to consider in doing TR runs. Of course, your team may vary on who's available at the moment, but a decent team composition is 1 healer, 1 tank, and 3 DPS. And limit your melee allies to 1 or 2 members only, so your priest wouldn't have a hard time resurrecting everyone, especially on higher level MVPs, where AoE skills can't be dodged by melee classes at all. Tip number 3. Choose your target wisely. Depending on your team composition, you should choose your target MVP where you have an advantage. For example, you have 2 Cinex and 2 snipers on your team. Then you should prevent large and undead MVPs, because Cinex and snipers have a huge damage penalty against large monsters, and poison enchant of Cinex also have a huge damage penalty against undead MVPs, which puts your team in a disadvantage. So as a wise party leader, you should choose small to medium MVPs with fire, earth, or water elements for your team to easily climb the ranks. Tip number 4. Make a chronological list of targets. Considering tip number 3, you should also make a list of target MVPs in a chronological manner. If you click event, then MVP, you will see all the MVPs and their respawn cooldowns. That is where you would look and plan what to target and where to go first. For example, we are a team of 1 FS, 2 Cinex, and 2 snipers. So my list will be Goblin Chief, Osiris, Mistress, Angeling, and Deviling. And with that list, we would be able to move to their location faster, especially if the respawn time is very close. So after making a list, don't forget to announce it in the party chat so everyone would be informed. Tip number 5. Invest in cards. You should stock up cards that would help you increase your damage against MVPs that are usually in your target list. So what I do is click event, then click the MVP I usually target, and under personal rewards, click boss tips. And in there, you would see its element, size, and race. So you would know which card to buy and use to maximize your DPS and increase your points to climb up the team reward ranks. Tip number 6. Increase your PBE stats. So one big factor in dishing out more damage and for tanking damage from MVPs better is through PvE damage bonus and PvE damage reduction. And we can increase those through feathers, statues, medals, guild skills, deviling puppet card, and enchants. And if you guys didn't know, if you enchant 10 of your equipments to level 10, you will unlock Sin 24, which gives you 80 PvE damage bonus and reduction. Tip number 7. Giveaway. This tip is very useful, especially for those who doesn't have very high DP and PvE stats. Never contest against whales or high spenders, for it is a waste of time. You can always check the team reward rankings if those who participate are whales or not, by looking at their names or their damage dealt. So if there's too many strong players doing TR, then do yourself a favor and come back later. I recommend doing TR from 3 AM and after reset. Tip number 8. Have a routine. You and your party members should have a routine on when to rebuffs and where to position, because as you all know, MVPs spawn randomly on the map, meaning you will need to guess where the MVP is and tell your team about its location. There are different ways to approach this, but what's most effective for me is the rebuffs and spread strategy. So what we do is to rebuffs within the 1 minute time frame and spread all throughout the map to stand where the MVP usually spawns. Then the member who finds the MVP first must pin the location in the party chat so everyone could follow and kill the boss. Tip number 9. Pets. Pets play a big part of increasing your damage dealt to your targets. Although DPS pets such as Samurai and Antasha does deal good amount of damage, I personally love buff pets as I always see better results when I use them. So what I do is summon Squidjet and Divination Cat simultaneously, depending on who dies first or whose mana is depleted. And whenever I use Samurai, I always use Pet Attack buff and Pet Converters. And in case of Demon, Shadow, and Undead MVPs, I kindly ask our priest to aspersion him as well. And last but not the least, tip number 10. Chat with your team. You know what makes TR runs tedious and boring? It is when nobody talks. Chat with everyone, ask them how their day went, ask them about their build, and befriend them. Since you guys are gonna hunt MVPs for hours on end, then might as well have fun in the process. And don't forget to add them in game so you would have reliable party members in your future TR runs. Whoops! Commercial break muna. Isa ka bang tito, tita, daddy, or mommy na madaming responsibilities at kinakapos na ng time para mag-grind in-game? Pues eto na ang maswerteng araw mo. Presenting ZZDD's Pilot Service. For the low price of 140 pesos a day, ang mura. BBDB, MVP, daily commission at iba pang dailies, siya na ang bahala. Hindi ka maka-attend sa guild events nyo dahil may outing kayo ng family? Itabi mo anak, si ZZDD na ang sasalo sa'yo. Kailangan mo ng consultation sa build mo dahil hindi mo alam kung paano papalakasin. Kasama na yan sa 140 peso package. Kaya ano pang ginagawa mo? Tara na at mag-avail ng ZZDD's Pilot Service. Ida-drop ko yung link ng FB niya sa description para makontak niyo siya. No dummy account and payment first policy po tayo. Mura, safe, at sulit. Kaya avail na ng ZZDD's Pilot Service. Maraming salamat sa pakikinig and let's get back to the video. Team rewards is such an underrated in-game activity. I actually just started doing it for the first time last week and I realized how much I've been missing out. Because if you guys didn't know, you could get up to 1,000 diamonds a day just by doing TR runs. So share these tips to your friends and convince them to join your party and reap those diamond rewards, gimmick cores, and a chance to get an MVP card. So that's it. I hope you liked the video. Subscribe if you want to see more. I'll catch you on the next upload. And thank you for watching. If you like the content you see, please follow my page and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.